All right, today we got the Sabrina Carpenter situation. Anthony Fantano. I've never seen him make a video like this. So this is interesting, but I'm pretty sure it's about her new album cover where she's like bent over, dressed like a dog or something, talking about man's best friend.
Hey everyone, it's Music's Anthony Fantano. You have clicked on what should be a very interesting topic coming out of the world of pop music and concerning one of the biggest and buzziest pop stars of today, Miss Sabrina Carpenter. She has been...
Why is he trying to be like me? See, why is Fantano trying to do commentary like me? I'm not gonna lie. I feel like everybody's trying to... Let me chill. Nah, I low-key, I'm very interested to see what he's doing.
Recording and writing music for quite a while now, but really since she had Mi Espresso pop off commercially in the way that she has, her growth and her momentum has just been unstoppable with the super successful album that followed the release of that single, the even more successful tour, all of the media opportunities and the like. And Sabrina is striking while the iron is hot and is giving us another album cycle sooner rather than later. This past weekend, she kicked things off with a brand new single titled Man-Child, and she then followed that single up this week with the release of the album cover for this new record. The album is titled Man's Best Friend, and this is what the album...
A lot of people been hating this. A lot of people been hating this. All right? A lot of people been saying that, yo, she's setting women back 2,000 years. She's dehumanizing herself, treating herself like an object. And honestly, you got the other side of the argument, people talking about, yo, it's a satire, it's trolls, you don't get it. In all reality, I think she's just trying to get clicks. I'm gonna be honest. I think Sabrina Carpenter is a genius marketer, but she uses her body to do it. I think she's just trying to get clicks. I don't think it's nothing deeper behind this.
Cover looks like. And maybe some of you wouldn't believe it, but this album cover has actually struck up quite the discourse online. Is it degrading? What is Sabrina doing? I mean, if there's one phrase I can use to sum up this cover and the reaction many people are having to it right now, it's probably Rorschach test. Like, it's just an image that could...
Yo, what was that word? Rorschach test? My nigga, this isn't 11th grade English class, bro. We don't got vocab words to learn, bro. What does that mean?
Potentially mean a bunch of different things, and everyone is coming at it quite aggressively with their own wild view and interpretation of it, and just reacting so strongly with that perception. Whether we want them to or not, many of the major culture war topics of today kind of revolve around sex, gender politics, relationships. So anything that digs into sexuality, as a lot of Sabrina Carpenter's content typically does, is going to rub...
Why does he have the Harry Potter glasses, bro? I don't know. It's something I've been peeping. I don't watch Fantano a lot, but why does he have the Harry Potter glasses, bro? You're too rich to have that.
Some people the wrong way. And this has been going on with Sabrina for a while now, whether it's within the content of her songs or all of the, recent funny little Juno poses that have been kind of getting clipped and going viral across.
Now, this was the crazy thing. I'm not gonna lie. She was going insane with this, bro. I'm not gonna hold you, bro. Doing the mic.
Social media from her performances.
Was she trying to eat ass?
And while sex is absolutely nothing new in pop music, that is obvious, Sabrina does explore it and perform it within her art in a way that comes across genuine, to the extent that, like, she does come across at least a bit like a horny little goblin. Which, I mean, in this modern era of define yourself and do whatever you feel like is true to you feminism, sort of seems like in line with what women should feel empowered to do if they so choose. If Sabrina wants to show off in a somewhat salacious way that she's into being a bit submissive in a sexual context, that is her right. And
bro, I'm not gonna lie, this video is above my GPA, man. I'm not gonna lie. He's using words I don't even know. I'm not gonna lie. I need this video to be dumbed down to cloud terms, bro. Where's the what the fuck? Where's the not gonna lie. Where's the let's keep it a beam at, man?
I don't see why she should be denied that or harassed for it or hated
This is
for
way
it.
too technical.
And yet, the most surface level reads of this cover and Sabrina's current era artistically kind of goes like this: superstar, more like porn star. Her whole career revolves around sex now. And also, posts like this have been going even more viral. It's not normal for the new generation of pop girls to do things like this. It's neither sexy nor cool. It's just disgusting and objectifying women. This Olivia Rodrigo image doesn't even read.
Yeah, is she talking about her too? I can understand Sabrina Carpenter to an extent, but Olivia Rodrigo's? What? I mean, huh?
And objectifying women. This Olivia Rodrigo image doesn't even read as sexual. I feel like you need to be demented to see it as such.
How do you
because
see that
first
as
off,
freaky?
there's nothing sexy about the picture. That is, unless maybe you find vomit enticing. Like, there's not an alluring or even flirty kind of look on Olivia's face in the picture. She's like quite dead-eyed and her mouth is open again as if she's puking. Then you have all the stars and the guts logo coming out of her.
What do y'all think though in the comment section? Do y'all think Sabrina's wrong for making like stuff like this or sexual based content? Or do you think it doesn't really matter? Like, who cares? Let her be free. Me personally, I know why she's doing it. She's doing it because it gets clicks and plays and gets her, you feel me, views and engagement. But at the same time, who really cares, man? As long as you're appealing to an adult audience, I don't really care, man.
Her mouth, and you have the hand behind her head holding her hair. Yes, but that's being done as if she's like puking. You've never been at a party where someone's been sick, or you've never seen like a girl, or maybe you as a man have never like held a girl's hair as they're having to puke in the toilet. As someone who has had to hold someone's hair before as they were puking, it is not a sexual act. And then there's the Sabrina image, which yes, does have a sexual connotation to it. But the thing is also, it's Sabrina's choice to do this. It's her album cover. Believe it or not, in the midst of this discourse, there are some people who have been moronically bringing up Madonna, saying like, oh, Madonna would never degrade herself for a man.
Y'all must not be talking about the same Madonna I know. And I'm a 206 baby. So all I heard about Madonna is the past lower. Nigga, that girl is a freakazoid. Didn't she start off this whole white woman exploring their sexuality to the public for views thing? Didn't she start that, man? I ain't gonna lie.
She would never be on her knees for a man. She would never do that. Look at these pictures of her with guys all dressed in leather. And
is she walking a man like a dog? Bro, she was even crazier than I thought she was,
like,
bro.
Sitting on top of them like they're chairs, when there's literally pictures of
Oh wow. This is crazy. This is wild. Oh wow.
Madonna in a submissive context within
she's sucking something there. I ain't gonna lie. It's not a straw.
Her whole sex book that she did back in the day, which again is something that I feel like if a pop star did now, some of these people would just be flipping shit about.
She had a sex book? Yo, what the fuck? Yo, let me get this off screen. What the fuck? Yo. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, Sabrina not even that bad. I'm gonna keep it a beam. I thought it was way worse. I thought it was way worse. Yo, compared to what the superstars in the past were doing, man, a sex book? Yeah, you're crazy.
Which again kind of brings me back to the Rorschach test point and how fragmented our society is currently when it comes to a whole host of social issues, but especially stuff around sex. Because you have some people who are hyper radical and conservative. You have some people who are hyper just inexperienced and afraid and maybe insecure around these issues. And you have some people who are just hyper progressive on these topics and feel like Sabrina is not taking it far enough. Because
not far enough is crazy. Yo, those people, y'all are horny. Y'all trying to see the OF link pop up in her bio. Y'all finna be the first ones clicking. But in my opinion, honestly, I feel like because sex is such a big thing on social media nowadays, right? That a lot of people are either very, very for it or very, very against it. People nowadays, specifically more religious people, think sex is a bad thing. That's one of and that's stupid. It's one of the most beautiful things two people can do with each other if you really love that person. At the same time, though, keeping it a beam, there's some people who think, oh, you should just fuck anybody raw. All right, how that pH balance is, my nigga. Bet you got some bumps on the dick, don't you? Keep it in the beam, right? And I feel like both extremes are both wrong. It's a balance to what it is, and it's a balance to what you're comfortable with. In all reality, if Sabrina's comfortable with doing that shit in front of the public, who cares? It doesn't bother me. If I don't want to see it, or I don't want my kids to see it, I just take it off their platforms. But at the same time, even though, and I've had different opinions about Sabrina in the past, I changed my opinions. I'm a human being. So those past Sabrina Carpenter videos I've done, I have a different opinion about her now. In the past, I condemned her for the sexual acts. And at the same time, I'm a real nigga, so I know that she knows she has a kid audience, and it's weird that she does a lot of sexual stuff, even though she knows she has a kid audience. But at the same time, it's on a different foot. She's trying to progressively get out of that. I don't think she's trying to appeal to kids. So if kids are at her shows, as a parent, you need to be responsible about not bringing your kids to her shows if she's doing the sexual stuff. I don't really care. So I think I had a similar take to that, but I may have been like, yo, you being a little bit too freaked out, Sabrina, in the past. I don't know. Now, I really don't care. It doesn't really bother me if she's freaked out. Who cares? I don't really give a fuck. She didn't have to do this, but she's comfortable with doing it. She's comfortable with, I'll spread my legs open. Let me fuck me on stage. She cool with all of that. So, I mean, as long as it's not harming nobody, as long as she's not killing nobody, who cares? I mean, let her be, bro. I feel like in society, we judge people too much. We, try to control people or control these celebrities. We try to think they're perfect. If Sabrina wants to get on her knees and act like a dog to a man after she just broke up with her man, who cares? I don't really care, man. Maybe I got to make a video about it, talking about this shit. I ain't gonna lie. Get some views, get some money. But it's obvious she's doing a lot of this for views, plays, and just engagement. So don't really buy too deep into it.
Here's the other side of the coin of this debate. People saying stuff like, she constantly does Disney Channel versions of the stuff stars like Madonna used to do, but they still generate discourse as if they're daring, crazy, controversial, problematic, whatever, another sign of the lifelessness of this pop era, which I wouldn't go as far as to say that. Honestly, I actually think this current era of pop music is quite interesting and entertaining. And while Sabrina is not my favorite, there are a lot of tracks from her that I like and enjoy. And I think that with an album cover like this, she's doing her best to kind of navigate the fact that she wants to do something that explores sexuality in some way. But again, given that lack of monoculture, where exactly the envelopes are to push on such a topic aren't exactly super obvious. I think a cover like this does what it can to kind of assess that broad array of perspectives on this topic, kind of split the difference between where everybody is at, and then find exactly the point that is going to be pushing it far enough to where it gets reactions, but not so far that she seems like she's completely out of her mind. Given the way the discourse has been shaping up around this cover so far, I would say Sabrina and her collaborators nailed that pinpoint pretty accurately. I think over the past 10 years, we've been seeing more people who today are maybe a bit more sheltered and conservative socially, at least. And that is not something that is Sabrina's fault or is within Sabrina's control. I mean, what I can at least commend here is that, at least in her own way, Sabrina is sensing that's happening on some level. And again, finding where exactly that point to push is so that you actually get a reaction and you sort of challenge people's perceptions of sexuality. And
her team are geniuses. I'm gonna be honest. They are promotional geniuses, bro. Because everybody's talking about her again, and she's finna drop an album. They did the same thing with the Juno sex position stuff. Do you think she really wanted to do that? Nah, but she knew it was gonna get engagement. They're geniuses. I respect the hustle and I respect the game. I just see it in that type of light. Because with this, especially with this, with that little dog post, let me show y'all. Let me break it down a little bit more to y'all, because I'll break it down in the video I'm finna do about it. But it's a genius. It's genius doing this once you know the backstory. So peep, Apparently, her and her man broke up because I think it was Breaky Hill cheated with her man or whatever, right? So, Pete, right? Since they broke up, she's been kind of on a rampage. So, her being a man's best friend, and the last music video she made, it basically is trying to signal that she's in control of whatever. She's in control of her body and sexuality. That's what she's trying to portray, right? And it's a really good storyline that a lot of women can bounce on. So this is basically satire, right? Now here's the real thing, right? Does Sabrina and her team really want to push that message, or do they even care about that? Fuck no. They just know that her audience would fuck with it, and that this will rile up the public, because people are just going to look at Sabrina on her knees being like a dog and be like, oh, she's being a slut again. Shame on her. She's bad for their society. They know what they're doing. They're trying to get conservative outrage and trying to get leftist, liberal push, which is her audience. She's a genius. I'm not going to lie, in my opinion. Now, and the reason why they know it will work so well is because last time when they did some shit like this with her and the Juno poses and shit, same thing happened. You feel me? Even niggas like One Cloud 9 were making videos about this shit. You feel me? So it's just kind of crazy, bro. Everybody was talking about it. So, very genius, bro. And technically, this is empowering if you understand it. So they can push it like that. So she's not really being a slut. But people are gonna take it how they take it. So game is game. But I low key think this is genius, man. I'm not gonna lie. I kind of commend him with this.
I think she's obviously finding ways to challenge it, not only for people who might have just broadly conservative views, but for people who might have a bit of a twisted view of feminism, thanks to the internet. And in this knee-jerk fashion, read any woman presenting herself in a sexual fashion, especially within pop music, as like her objectifying herself or degrading herself in some way. In some horrendous cases, this even comes along with some sexual shaming and body shaming too. I'm supposed to believe she's not pandering to men when she promotes unreasonable beauty standards that she doesn't even meet, along with her countless other offenses?
Go outside. Outside. Job application is needed too. I'm not gonna lie, you for sure need one, because why do you care so much? This is just a model shoot. Who cares? Niggas been asking her to cover up for years. She finally did it. Y'all still mad. What are we talking about?
Okay, first, what other offenses? And secondly, how is Sabrina simultaneously promoting unrealistic beauty standards but also not meeting...
Exactly. How is that unrealistic? This is a cool, calm dress. And she still got the tatas poking a little bit, man. You still see her beauty. Tight fitted dress. What's wrong with this, man? Niggas just be mad.
Sabrina simultaneously promoting unrealistic beauty standards, but also not meeting them by just presenting herself physically to the world in the way that she just looks. And then there's this accusation that Sabrina is blatantly pandering to men in this disgusting way with her work and with the way she's presenting herself. Which, like, again, given how socially conservative and sexually conservative a lot of people, and especially dudes, seemingly are these days, for the most part, a lot of guys I see on the internet react to Sabrina Carpenter saying, oh, she's a whore. Why would a woman who used to be on the Disney Channel present herself to the world sexually in any way whatsoever?
He got that from my video. I know you did. You got that from my video.
I don't know, maybe because like she's an adult now and
I agree with you now. I've changed my opinion on this. I said it before I started the video. I've low-key changed my opinion on this. I want to make a new video about this whole topic, because I was thinking about it as like a father perspective. I wouldn't want my daughter to go see Sabrina Carpenter. At the same time, she's not appealing to daughters. And at the same time, whatever you did in the past doesn't matter for your present. You can't expect her to be a Disney princess for her whole career if she doesn't want to do that. And that was unfair that I put that judgment on her. I'm not going to lie. So, I'll talk about it in my new video.
Adults have sex.
I already told it right here.
Like, she's friggin' 26. She's pushing 30. Let her do sex stuff. I also love this take as well, which was in reaction.
She looks good as shit for 26. 26 isn't really old, though. Let's stop acting like you're an unk if you're in your 20s, man. You don't really get old till you're 30. 40. Really, only 40, man. I ain't gonna lie.
To the
30's
pretty
still
salacious Rolling Stone cover
That's
Sabrina
kids'
just
age,
did.
though.
Oh, which came along with an interview too, where she actually addresses how obsessed people are with the way she incorporates sex into her work. It's always so funny when people complain. They're like, all she does is sing about this, but those are the songs that you've made popular. Clearly you love sex. Which is true. Not all of Sabrina's songs are directly about sex or have like in-your-face sexual themes. I mean, literally her new song, Man-Child, isn't exactly a sexy cut. In fact, I feel like that song is more representative of what many of her tracks are about, complaining about...
You sure? I'm pretty sure she got her ass cheeks out in the video. I'm not gonna lie. I was low-key kind of staring on some shit. Oh, hide that. But I'm pretty sure she had her ass cheeks out in the video. I'm not finna play it too much because we need to make money off of this video. But I'm pretty sure. Let's go check it out real quick. Yeah, in the thumbnail, she has her ass cheeks out. It's not as crazy as I've seen her do other things, but she for sure got the cheeky cheeks out. Let's mute this. They will copyright this video. Yeah, she for sure had the cheeks out. She knew what she was doing. But it was like you feel me? I ain't gonna lie, if you look good, bro.
A relationship dynamic where she's getting the short end of the stick because the guy she's with is either immature or stupid on some level. And what's hilarious to me is that she keeps, at least creatively, subjecting herself to these relationship dynamics over and over and over. And even on the bridge of the track, in my opinion, she hits us with a bit of cope, saying, "Oh, I like my boys playing hard to get, and I like my man all incompetent. I swear they choose me and I'm not choosing them." What does that even mean? What the hell are you saying? Like, they're choosing you, but also you're volunteering to be in these relationships and you're complaining about being treated this way constantly, but yet you're also admitting that you like your men stupid. I mean, in my opinion, if there's anything to point out as annoying about Sabrina's writing at this point, it's this dynamic. Sabrina outright admitting that sex sells and that's why she does it. She's not trying to make a commentary.
Duh. like y'all thought she really wants to, you feel me, be doing the position, you feel me? You thought she wanted to do that in front of hundreds of thousands of people? No, she's doing it because sex sells. She's trying to get money. She's selling out. But at the same time, let her sell out if she's comfortable with it, bro. She's not appealing to kids, even though she has a kid audience, which parents just be careful about who you have watching this girl. But at the same time, bro, y'all just put unrealistic expectations on certain girls. I did see something about somebody saying that whatchamacallit, Sabrina Carpenter is the sexy red of the white community. I'm gonna keep it a beam. She's not. And here's why I say that. I can see it a little bit. Nah, I can see it a lot more. I think Tate McCree is the sexy red for sure. Because Sabrina Carpenter is freaky. But like, Sexy Red has countlessly said she's had chlamydia. Done multiple crazy things. And she's even had a sex tape drop. And she didn't care that it really dropped for real. So it's like, I don't think you can get as bad as Sexy Red, I'm gonna be honest. But Sabrina Carpenter is crazy. At the same time, Sexy Red, nah, bro, she's damaged the black community. I'm gonna be pissed. I ain't gonna lie. I as a black man, I don't know. I'm confused, bro.
She's not doing it for so-called empowerment. It's money, notoriety. She doesn't care if it's controversial. Okay, like, first off, she didn't say that. That's not what she said. She said she makes songs about a range of different topics, and it just so happens to be the most sexual ones and bits that people are the most obsessed with. And finally, I think I'll give my own read of this whole message or presentation Sabrina is doing here. One that I hope you guys see as maybe being a little bit more nuanced and understanding of what an album cover like this signifies. I think it kind of makes makes sense within the creative rubric that Sabrina Carpenter has been presenting us with the past year plus or so, because to willingly involve yourself in any kind of sexual dynamic with somebody where you are playing a submissive role, that typically involves a lot of trust and communication and understanding, which when you look at a lot of Sabrina's writing around relationship dynamics are clearly aspects of her romantic involvements that are lacking.
He lost me. I'm not gonna lie. He lost me. I blanked out. My ADHD just flared up. I blanked out like a minute ago. He just started saying big words, and I just started thinking about food. I'm gonna keep it a beam. But romanticize Sabrina Carpenter, yeah. Sexual shit, yeah.
Not there. So in a way, with this cover, she could be communicating that like a relationship dynamic or a sexual dynamic where she might feel safe engaging in this kind of behavior because she actually can trust the partner that she's doing it with might actually be what she is communicating, wanting, and desiring on some level with this cover. And there is also, keep in mind, a juxtaposition going on here.
What does juxt mean?
The cover and the
use smaller words. I am 18. I'm not 32. I can't understand what you're saying.
Hair pulling.
I cheated in high school.
Man's best friend, like, oh, look at me, I'm being treated like a dog. And yet simultaneously, I'm going to kick my album cycle off with a song that's just like outright hating on guys for being completely inept klutzes on a song that on some level does read more like a bumper sticker than an in-depth personal experience, but what are you gonna do? Though I doubt, even with all of that explanation, it'll make much sense to the more sexually puritanical adults who are reacting to this cover like, it's the worst thing they've ever seen, oh no, the sky is falling. Yeah, we live in a sexually repressive age, and while Sabrina Carpenter isn't doing it the boldest or the craziest here on this cover, I can at least commend that she's pushing against it a little bit in her own way. Those are my thoughts. Let me...
Man, you lost me, Unc. I'm gonna be honest. Do you think that is bad or good? Maybe I'm dumb. Maybe I'm stupid. All I heard, I think, okay, from what Unc said, bro, I think he's in support of Sabrina Carpenter. Let me just give my opinion real quick. I think I already said it. In all reality, I know why she's doing it. It's genius, in my opinion. At the same time, as long as she's not marketing her shit to kids, it's cool. I'm cool in it. But at the same time, right? When you do these over sexual, like, I look at it as a Sexy Red cycle. Y'all know I don't really like Sexy Red for real. I think Sexy Red is a genius too, but I don't really like her for real. Reason why is because black women are already looked at like as loud, ratchet sluts to certain races, right? And she's just playing way into that. That's why, and she knows she's doing it, but she's doing it for money. I don't like Sexy Red for that reason. I don't really care that she's being sexual. I care about the other shit, and it just makes us look bad. Sabrina Carpenter, on the other hand, I'm gonna be honest. Everybody knows, like, people look at white people differently. And it's not, in all reality, I don't like that. I don't like that black women are looked at as the bottom of the barrel by some certain races, because they're not. They're beautiful black queens. But that's just the truth. With Sabrina Carpenter, white women aren't looked at like that. That's why a lot of people are mad that she's doing that. Because just, in all reality, the honest truth, just like black women, we have some sluts. I don't even want to call them sluts. We got some more promiscuous women. I'm using some Anthony Fantano terms. We have some more promiscuous women, right? White women too. White women do too. But nobody likes to talk about that. Everybody just likes to bash on black women. So I don't think she's doing anything horrible. I mean, yeah, she's being overly sexual, but like we've seen with Madonna and other people before, and even Marilyn Monroe, this is not something new. All right? And she's not even doing it worse than Madonna. I'm not going to lie. She hasn't gotten there yet. And I don't even think she's worse than Tate McCree. Because if you really look at what Tate McCree be doing, she's wild. I'm going to keep it a beat. So, that's just what people are going to do. Sex sells. Game is game. I think in all reality, I understand why. I can see why people are in outrage, but who really cares? She wants you to be an outrage. Game is game. All right? As long as she's not marketing her shit to kids or doing anything too crazy, which that album cover wasn't even that bad, I'm going to be honest. It was just weird. Who really cares? Who really cares? A lot of y'all need jobs. A lot of y'all need jobs. Y'all don't want to say it, but a lot of y'all need jobs. A lot of y'all need lives too, and a lot of y'all need ambitions for yourself. I'm going to be honest. All right? Just keep it in the beam. So, because I already know there's going to be people, so I just wanted to say that because I already know there's going to be people in the comment section talking about, oh, you don't think Sabrina Carpenter is that bad, but you bash Sexy Red. Sexy Red is a whole different thing in my opinion to me. And maybe that's because I'm black and I'm not white. If I was white, maybe I'll be more offended. But I'm black, so I'm not going to act like I can relate to, like, I'm white. Like, I see what Sexy Red's doing, even though it's just not her, it's not all her fault. It's just, it's something in my soul. Don't fuck with it. Don't fuck with it. Yeah, she can do whatever she wants to do. Yeah, she's a free woman. Yeah, she's not the first one to be overly sexual. But at the same time, it's just like, I see what it is. I see what Sabrina Carpenter is doing too. And it's just, you feel me? She's trying to get plays. She's trying to get money. So it's like, whatever. But Sexy Red, she's trying to get money, trying to get plays. But at the same time, it truly does feel like it's worse. I don't know why. I really just think it's Sexy Red. I don't think anything wrong with Lotto, in my opinion. Don't think anything wrong with any of those other girlies. It's just Sexy Red. Something hurts me in my soul. I don't know why it is, bro.